living in Charlotte, North Carolina, or Greenville, North Carolina?
But first, let's hit it. Hi, it's Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel and podcast.
And if this is your first time in our podcast YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and get notified.
Honestly, I call text all the time at 252-327-3357, and we love talking to you, especially when you're talking about why are you watching this channel and even thinking about Greenville, because you're looking for safety and security in the home. You're looking for affordability. I can speak. You're looking for convenience of location. All of these Greenville has in spades. Also, maybe you're looking to build equity, or you're looking to check a box in success, or you're looking for just a personal achievement that you want to own a home, or you're just basically more simple of you want a place where your family can absolutely thrive. Greenville 100% equals all of those things. Yes, we're not the big city of Charlotte, but it's definitely a great place here in North Carolina.
Yes, my wife gave you all this information, but let's, without further ado, jump to the first thing, the history of Greenville and Charlotte, North Carolina.
So, both of these places are, of course, before the Revolutionary War. Charlotte was founded in 1768, named after Queen Charlotte of England, which I'm really excited to watch the Bridgertons because, you know, Charlotte, the wife of King George. I like the Bridgerton show. Anyway, Charlotte is a major city, major hub, big. It decided it wanted to be a city early, and it was really becoming a city back in 1775 with the Declaration. Whereas here in Greenville, much more rural, tobacco and cotton were king way back in before the Revolution. It did grow into a teacher's college. We have a college town, and then also we have a huge medical center. So college and education and health really kind of grew the city. And then from the 1900s on, Greenville has been more of a small town but growing town. And we're growing super fast. That's another thing.
Exactly. The first item that we wanted to talk actually is the cost of living.
Absolutely.
And the major factor actually in cost of living really is the median home cost.
Absolutely.
In Greenville, North Carolina, at the time of filming of this video in April 2023, we are talking about a median home cost of $215,000 in Greenville, North Carolina. However, for Charlotte, how much is that?
$369,000 for a median, which means your houses in Charlotte are way more expensive than our houses here in Greenville. We definitely see appreciation because we see numbers going up all the time. However, this is it.
And exactly, the transportation also is a big factor. That Greenville is 75.4 and basically Charlotte is 97.7. And in total, overall, we're gonna say that Greenville is 84.2% for the affordability point of view, and the Charlotte is almost 100% like a national level.
Now, as we talked about, appreciation is happening, but we're going to break that down a little bit more. So here in Greenville, if you would watch this video in February 2022, one of our market updates, you would have seen the median home price is $192,000. What is the median home price again? Now,
$415,000.
Which is how much percentage, how much change in a year?
In a year, we had just a change of the 12% from the last year this time.
Okay, so let's look at Charlotte as a comparison though. In February 2022, you would have seen that the houses were $349,000. And then now we just told you what?
$369,000.
Right, which is a appreciation value
almost
of
6%.
Right, so you can see our appreciation here in Greenville is actually growing much faster. As I told you, we're a growing market, which is an amazing thing. What about the rental market?
The rental market actually is very interesting. The median home rentals, the rental value for all bedroom in Greenville is $1,500, and for Charlotte is almost $2,000.
Right. So let's just talk about Greenville when people talk about the next issue, which is crime, right?
Exactly. We wanted to talk about safety and how safe is Greenville, North Carolina
versus Charlotte. Right, so in Greenville,
Charlotte.
North Carolina last year, we had a 406, which is a 4% violent crime. We had 19.35% property crime, which brings all of our crime to 23.41. Now, in Charlotte, you do not have those type of numbers.
Exactly. And if you're looking at the website of the government, since 2017, up to 2023, Greenville became a more safer place in the last 6 years. The number of crimes went really low down. However, with the Charlotte, according to crime of the data,
the crime rate is 8.16 for violent crimes.
Which is double of the Greenville.
46.48, so that brings that crime rate total of 44.94%, which is a really higher crime rate. You guys have a big city and you have bigger crime.
Exactly. Therefore, from 23%, we go all the way to almost 45%.
Now let's talk about air quality. My husband loves this. I'm going to give this all to him because he loves talking about air quality.
Yes. The air quality actually in Greenville is 64 out of the 100. And what is actually determined the air quality is the factors that actually EPA or governmental entity talk about: respiratory illness risk and also the cancer risk. And Greenville, this respiratory risk is 28.6% respect to the national level of 38.5%. And cancer, we are 45 and national level is 46. Therefore, we are below the national level in both of them. However, for Charlotte,
quite the opposite. You're looking at, what is the average? It's 43, which is lower.
Yes, the air quality is just 43% out of the 100.
Charlotte respiratory illness risk is 50.9%. National average, as he told you, 38.5. Cancer risk is 65.9% in Charlotte, whereas at the national level, it's 46.6. So when you look at the air quality, we see that, Greenville's better.
Exactly. Now we're going tapping to the traffic.
Oh, yeah.
And the population of the Charlotte for more than 900,000 people versus Greenville with the $97,000 people, according to INRAX, which is a transportation analytic company that does all these fancy index.
They said Charlotte was 31 in the country for metropolitan being congested, whereas Greenville, we're 147, so we're much lower on that list.
Yes.
Just to give you a factor, Charlotte is, you're sitting in traffic every about 27.3 minutes. You're sitting in traffic about a half an hour.
And Greenville is 18 minutes. Therefore, we're going to talk about that is Greenville is much more easier to get to the place that you wanted to work or live.
Right. So now let's talk about physicians.
Exactly. We want to talk about the health and physician per capita. We have 349 physician per capita for 100,000, which is really amazing because the national level average is just 210 and we are way above this national level.
Now, just to compare with Charlotte, you guys have 238 physicians per 100,000 people. So that means you're waiting longer to see a doctor if you have an issue.
Exactly. Now let's tap into the property tax.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We win again.
And what is the property taxes?
Okay, so let's not forget that North Carolina has a property tax in general. However, we are much lower than most other parts of the country. This means in Charlotte, you're paying 0.0837% of the property home ownership, whereas in Greenville, we're paying 0.786. Did I get those numbers right? For
exactly. Therefore, let's break it down. For $200,000 that we don't have actually in Charlotte, we said 369. But for sake of numbers, for $200,000 house, you're looking at Charlotte 1674 property tax. And if you do it with the Greenville, you're looking at $1,572.
Right, so just those are 8 factors that we were talking about why we think Greenville is the better place to be than Charlotte. And you get to work with us, right? So that's even more amazing. So that's number 9. You get to call me and we get to talk.
And thank you for watching this podcast and video, and see you in next video. Don't forget to subscribe and call us.